Meneka here and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be all about the new Maybelline Vivid Matte Liquid Lipsticks, and they are these babies here. I have 8 shades and there are 8 shades being released here in Australia, so I have all the shades. These are going to retail for $17.95 each and they'll be available should already start being available. I've seen a couple in Woolies, in Woolworths, Coles, Priceline, Chemist Warehouse and other chemists as well. So this video is just a swatch and review of the collection. I'm going to go through each shade individually. I'll let you know what I think. You guys can see what it looks like on me and on my skin tone as well. But yeah, so let's get started. So this shade here is Nude Flush and this is the first colour in the collection, so it's number 5, and it is a pink nude. It looks a little bit different to what it looks like in the packaging. The packaging makes it look like a kind of dusty rose, like a darker colour. On my skin tone it is a light pink and it's quite bright as well. I found with this colour that it was a little bit streaky on my top lip. This is because my top lip is actually a darker colour to my bottom lip. A lot of darker people kind of have the two-tone lips. So my bottom lip is pink, so this was able to glide on very smoothly and nicely onto my bottom lip, whereas on my top lip it took a little bit of building up and that did cause it to look a little bit streaky. I had to kind of layer it on carefully. In terms of the colour on my skin tone, it's not nude, but it is quite a nice pink. It's like a bright, summery kind of pastel neon on my skin tone, that kind of pink. So this one here is number 50. This is the last colour in the collection, but I thought I'd show you the two nudes together. And this is Nude Thrill. Now this is more of a peachy kind of toned nude. It's not pink. The thing I like about this collection is the fact that the two nudes are very different. So you have the pinky nude, which was Nude Flush, which is the one that I showed you before this, and this is Nude Thrill, and it's more of like that peach kind of tone. And usually when people look for nudes, they either look for a peach colour or a pink colour, so I feel like they've hit the nail on the head by chucking those two into the collection. I do also like the fact that there is only 2 nudes, because nudes are very subjective. Different skin tones prefer different nudes and it's just too hard to like please everyone. So this is what the colour is like in the bottle, and it does apply a little lighter than that on my lips. Like the other nude, it was a little bit streaky on my top lip because it is a darker colour. In saying that, this one was a little easier to build up with. I'm not really too sure how I feel about this colour on my skin tone. It's not what I would usually wear. It's like a light orange kind of. It's definitely not nude on me. Neither of these colours were nude on me, but I'm used to that by now. And I don't know. What do you think? Maybe in summer, maybe with a darker liner, maybe mixed into something else. I don't know. But this is what it looks like on my skin tone. So this one here is Electric Pink and it's one of the bold colours. And when I say bold, I mean bold. It is a very bright electric pink, so I guess the name works. What I liked about this electric pink is the fact that they didn't go fluoro or neon about it. It still has like a toned down kind of purple wear to it, so it is wearable. One thing I love about this shade in particular is the fact that you can kind of build it up in the middle, so when you layer this on, it does, instead of making it go darker, it kind of adds to the brightness or the boldness, and you can have like a pop of colour in the middle, and when you have your and then it kind of goes from the pop of colour in the middle to like the normal kind of one layer shade and then skin. So you don't get like, you know, huge bright pop of colour and then skin. It kind of fades so it looks a little bit normal. Does that even make sense? I don't know. In terms of application, it was a lot less streaky than the nudes, and that's what I found with the rest of the bolds as well. They weren't streaky when I applied them. So this shade here is number 25 and this is Orange Sorbet, and it's a really nice orange red. I really do like these orange red kind of shades on my skin tone because it really adds like a warmth to the skin. I don't know, especially compared to like blue reds, we get like a cool toned red that kind of, you know, whitens your face or dulls it down, whereas these warm kind of orange reds just really like bring out all the warmth in your face. I also think that this is a really wearable orange shade. It's not, you know, overpoweringly orange. It does have that red in there that makes it wearable. You can wear it every day. Like, it does have that wearable ness about it. It's not like an orange that you wear to special events, or I used to only wear orange lipstick when I wore blue, so it's kind of like a complementary thing, but this also pulls off a lot of red as well, so you can wear it with basically anything you would wear a red lipstick with. So this one is number 30, and this is Fuchsia Ecstasy, and this is one of my top 2 favorite shades of this range. It's a really nice balance between purple and pink. It just gets it right. This is what it looks like in the bottle. This shade is a colour that I've been wearing for a few years now. This is one of the first kind of bold shades that I started wearing because it does look really nice on darker skin. In saying that, it looks really good on pale skin as well, even like, you know, in between. It just looks good on all skin. I feel like this colour it has so much depth to it, and so many dimensions and colours and things that are in it that it just, any skin tone's able to grasp onto one of those shades that's inside and kind of, you know, really make it work and make it pop. And that's what I really like about this colour. So this is number 30 and Fuchsia Ecstasy. This, just like the other bolds, it glided on so nicely. There was no streakage and it was buildable, and it does have like the first colour that I showed you, the electric pink. It does have that thing where you can pile up the colour in the middle, and so you can get like that pop happening, and it does go a little bit more purple on my lips. But yeah, so this one here is electric pink, and this one here is Fuchsia Ecstasy. They do look quite similar when you look at them in the bottle, but they do apply differently. The Fuchsia Ecstasy is a lot more purple than electric pink is. So this is number 35, and this is Rebel Red, and it's a really nice warm, bold red. It's one of those shades that make your teeth look whiter. It's like one of those Colgate reds, and it's just a really, really nice wearable shade. It is very, very pigmented. Like I was saying with the other bolds, you can build up on in the center and, you know, look different to the sides, whereas this is quite uniform and opaque, and it applies, you know, very brightly. Because the texture of these are very nourishing, I've been wearing this as opposed to my matte reds to events for the past few weeks, and yeah, so that's Rebel Red. This one here is number 40, Berry Boost, and you're probably like, wait, didn't you just show us that shade? But no, that was different. So I'll show you the 3 pinks side by side. They go up in purpleness, and we're starting over here from Fuchsia, starting from Electric Pink to Fuchsia Ecstasy to Berry Boost. And Berry Boost has a lot more purple in it, as you can see. To me, Berry Boost is just like Fuchsia Ecstasy, but more wearable if you're not comfortable with going with really bright shades. So that's, I guess, what Berry Boost would be for. I really like this shade because it goes really nicely with, you know, winter clothes, autumn clothes, spring clothes, but also good for summer because it's got that pink in it as well. It's an all year kind of shade where it will, I don't really stop wearing colours because of the season, but you kind of tend to gravitate, I guess. You don't consciously go, wait, no, it's winter, I'm not going to wear that. You kind of just gravitate towards certain shades. So this is something that I think I would be wearing all year round, and I really liked it, and it is very opaque. This has more opacity than the other 2 pinks, and yeah. And this is the last shade I have to show you, and this is number 45 in Possessed Plum. And this is a really nice dark kind of berry flavour, or plum I suppose. It does apply lighter than the bottle colour onto the lips, and then also when it dries it does go a little bit lighter than that. But apart from that, this is a really nice shade. It applies just like all the other bold colours that I was showing you. It was glides on smoothly, blah blah blah. You've heard me say the same thing over and over again for 6 shades. But yeah, it's such a great colour. I feel like a lot of skin tones like wearing these kinds of darker plum kind of colours because they do suit a wider range of skin tones, and it is a comfortable colour to settle into. I mean, as long as you're okay with wearing darker colours or shades that aren't nude, then it's like perfect. Now I'm just going to quickly talk about these overall. Whilst they do differ in pigmentation and streakiness and things like that, shade to shade, overall they're very creamy. They are so hydrating. Let's just quickly talk about their matteness. Now, they aren't matte straight away. It takes 2 hours for them to dry down, and they turn into a stain rather than a matte lipstick. We're so used to seeing matte lipsticks like, you know, Kylie Cosmetics and Jeffree Star and things like that, but this doesn't have that cakey kind of matte feel. It's just a stain. It has like a thin layer that dries on your lips, and that's kind of its matteness. Even then when it does dry down, it doesn't have that, you know, cement dry kind of look. It does have like a sheen to it, as if you've applied like a MAC, you know, matte lipstick or something like that, not a liquid lipstick. So that's the kind of finish that it does have. You can speed up the matteness or the mattifying process by mattifying it yourself. So you can use some translucent powder with a tissue, you can blot it with a tissue, you can even dab it with your hand, that also, like, or your finger, that also works. But yeah, it's not exactly matte when you first put it on. Some of the darker shades did tend to bleed a little bit. I just used some lip liner, or I would take a small brush and draw a line with the liquid lipstick, set it with some powder, and then go over again with the lipstick, but I wouldn't like put it on right to the end of my line. I'll just go till the end of the lip line that I did before. I found that helps to prevent the bleeding. Some of the darker pink shades do stain, like it takes quite a while to get off. That's another thing, but overall I really liked these lipsticks. If you are after, you know, the Jeffree Star kind of matte liquid lipsticks, these probably aren't for you. These are more of a gentle stain. They are so comfortable. It could be 4 hours in and I could go and it would still feel so creamy and nice and smooth, which if I did that 4 hours in wearing a Jeffree Star lipstick, it'll just crumble and be all gross. They layer really well, so after you eat, it doesn't last when you eat. You do get like some rubbing off of the product. You can easily just pop on another layer, and both layers just kind of like stick together, and they don't, you can't see that you've put one layer on top of another. It doesn't cake or anything like that. You can't see the difference between where one layer stops and one layer starts, and that's something that I really liked about these as well. They aren't high maintenance lipsticks. Like, you don't have to keep touching them up or anything like that. Once they set, they set. If you eat, yeah, okay, sure, chuck another layer on. It's, yeah. In terms of the applicator itself, it is a long stick kind of thing. It's not a doe foot, but I did find that this shape was really good in terms of hugging into your inner corner, so getting in here, like that kind of area, and you could kind of get a really nice sharp line when you just go in one motion because of the shape of the applicator. And also when you're doing the Cupid's bow area and your top lip, the rounded part is really good at making that round curve and coming up at the same time. So yeah, I really liked these liquid lipsticks. Let me know down below if you've tried them, or if you want to try them now. What colour would you get? What colour did you think looked good on me? Because I honestly don't even know. I've worn all of these so many times to get a feel of them that I don't know what looks good on me anymore. But yeah, if you have tried them, please let me know if you liked them. What I've been seeing overall is that everyone likes them but are disappointed in the fact that they aren't as matte as I thought they would be, which is fair enough. It is matte. It does dry matte after like 3 hours, but yeah. So thanks so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it and learnt something about it. And yeah, if you want to see any more of the second half of the year's releases for Maybelline, I have a video with a haul all about that. I will link it down below, and it'll be up in the suggested card somewhere up here as well. If you want to keep updated with my videos, I release videos once a week and a blog post once a week. My blog is by meneka.com if you want to keep an eye on that as well. So to keep up to date with all of that, make sure you hit subscribe. You can follow me on my social media. I have Instagram, Twitter and Snapchat. I Snapchat quite frequently if I do hauls and things like that, and I talk to you guys quite often on Snapchat. So yeah, see you guys.